So, they ask how I get that,
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. What's goody, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl, TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in this daggone break room, y'all. Oh boy. All right. Happy Sunday to each and every one of you all. Good morning, Deanne. Good afternoon. I hope each and every one of you guys are feeling good and doing great. Y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail, and child, we're going to get right on into it. We got Ashley from the Leeway in the break room. She definitely is not a frequent flyer of the break room. I actually don't even watch her, but a video of hers came up in my timeline last night, and I was like, oh, I remember her. That's Jeremy's other baby mama. I said, oh, I haven't heard from her in quite some time. Again, she's not what we, if you know Keisha K. Lee, also known as Keisha Anderson, she's not a vlogger like Keisha Anderson is. Okay. Um, so if you guys do or do not know, about 5 years ago, it was a lot going on over there in the Keisha K. Lee camp. Okay. It was discovered that Jeremy had a baby on Keisha while Keisha was pregnant with her third child. And it was a lot that went on. It was a pamphlet wrote, and it was relentless amount of live streams and reaction videos to the whole situation with Keisha and Jeremy and Ashley. Okay. Ashley went live a lot with the host of other people. I believe one of the ladies, it was a whole bunch of people that was, um, telling the story, ringing the alarm, trying to set the record straight about the Ashley situation and the Keisha and Jeremy situation. And a lot of people were like, back then, again, this is about 5 years ago, a lot of people back then were split. Okay. Some people were for Keisha, some people were for Ashley. Nobody was for Jeremy. And let's be honest, at this point, who would be? Because it's because of Jeremy that, a lot of this was going on, in my opinion, right? But Keisha, we found out in the series of live streams and conversations and the pamphlet and relentless amounts of videos, we found out that apparently Keisha gave Jeremy a hall pass because she was pregnant, and she was pregnant because and because of the pregnancy, she was uncomfortable with having intercourse. So she basically told Jeremy, go out and be a man. And I don't know if she actually gave him additional instructions on don't bring back a disease or a baby. But apparently he didn't follow those instructions because he definitely brought back a baby. I don't know anything about diseases, but we do know little August, which is Ashley's son, was born. And over the years, there's been a lot of confusion with the whole co-parenting situation over there with Jeremy, Keisha, and Ashley. We found out maybe about a few weeks ago, apparently Keisha and Jeremy have gotten married down at the courthouse, apparently. And Ashley did a live stream yesterday that was quite interesting to me. Okay. She basically wanted to tell the people, after all these years of support that she has received from the internet, basically, she's like, mind your business, y'all. That's that's what I took out the live stream. She was basically like, mind your business. Okay, we over here co-parenting. All that's in the past. Maybe y'all are still holding on to the past, but I have proceeded on in the future. I'm going to let Jeremy be a father, this, that, and the other. And I was kind of tickled behind it because, I remember, LC, it at this point, it really doesn't matter. It's a mute conversation at this point. Whatever, if she did or did not give him a hall pass, you're right. At the end of the day, it was a cover-up, basically, because he was seeing both the girls, right? He was seeing both. He was living with KEESHA, sleeping with KEESHA, and also sleeping with Ashley, and both of them got pregnant. Ashley had her baby before KEESHA had her third baby, but KEESHA had already had a set of twins by Jeremy, right? So essentially, whatever really happened, the story, let's be honest, y'all, it doesn't really matter at this point because it's been done, it's over with. And apparently Ashley was, I guess she's trying to basically tell the people, y'all move on, okay? Move on. That's true, Trap Queen. That's true. And so I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was kind of funny because it was okay when the people were sending her money and buying little August gifts and things of that nature. I guess Ashley is maybe bored with those things now. And so basically she's like, y'all move around. Okay. Y'all move around. His dad, August's dad, and his stepmom. And that was the first time I've ever heard her reference KEESHA as stepmom. I've never heard her reference KEESHA as that way. But she said, and you guys will see, we're going to watch it here in a minute. They're over there helping raise our son, meaning her and Jeremy's son. And y'all just move around. I was like, oh, okay, girl. KEESHA still doesn't like her, and she trusts her watching her child. Couldn't be me. Yeah, she does. She does. I mean, y'all, let's be honest. I have always said this. When Ashley needs to move around, if she needs to go on trips, if she needs to work, her being in Atlanta, and her mom, I believe, lives in Chicago. At one point, Ashley's sister was living with her in Atlanta. I don't know if the sister still lives there. I don't know. But y'all, if y'all don't know, at the time that Ashley and Jeremy was messing around, Ashley was also seeing a woman too. So Ashley is bisexual. So she was seeing a woman too. But in this live stream, she says that she's no longer seeing women. Okay. I guess she's moved past that. I guess. I don't know. I guess she's moved past that. And apparently she's strictly dickly. Okay. I don't mean to be harsh when I say that. I'm just saying. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Lady T-Bug, I always said that. I always said when people were all up in arms because KEESHA showed August's arm in a video, or she showed his elbow, or you heard his voice, and everybody was, oh my God, KEESHA, you're violating that lady and that child's privacy. And I used to always say to myself, I never really said it publicly, but I would say to myself, why is everybody, like, at the end of the day, Ashley knows KEESHA does videos. She's not oblivious to that. And that boy is over there because Ashley needs him to be over there. Now, the internet, obviously, yeah, she is Kitchen Trap Queen because Ashley doesn't care. The internet cares. The internet cares more than Ashley because, let's be honest, y'all, there are a host of people who can't stand KEESHA. They hate her guts, right? And so, in my opinion, those are more so the people that are being very vocal. I would say to Ashley, the ones who don't like KEESHA. Now, does KEESHA like Ashley? I don't know. But I guess KEESHA may feel like she's won because she has said man, which is Jeremy, and Ashley's over there doing her thing with who she's doing it with. No, she doesn't care, Royal Blue. And let's be honest, Ashley never cared. She would come to the internet and act as if she cared. I always seen right through that. I said, that girl don't give a damn if if Keisha puts August on a thumbnail. She don't care. As long as that boy is getting watched so Ashley can run the streets, that's all she's worried about. It was the internet that cared. And so Ashley played into it in the beginning because she seen how the internet was looking out for her in August. But apparently, in my opinion, Ashley has kind of moved past what the internet has. And you'll hear her mention this in the video, in the live stream, which I just thought it was so funny. I was like, and you know what? And I said this in a reaction a long time ago. When all this first came out, I said to you guys in a reaction video, y'all got to understand, Ashley was never the vlogger. She came here because basically Keisha unearthed her. On purpose. Keisha did it on purpose. She unearthed Ashley. And once people got wind of who Ashley was, and at the time there was a lady named Hazel, or was her name Hazel? I think her name was Hazel, which I guess at one point Hazel was saying she was August's godmother, but then I guess her and Ashley fell out because I think Hazel's mother was watching August and something happened. Like I said, y'all, this was a long time ago. Something happened and they fell out, and Hazel's mother was no longer watching August. And if y'all don't know, Ashley is a bottle girl. I'm assuming she does other things. She does some modeling and some other stuff. And so it was them hyping it up. You know, it was a lot of those other people hyping it. Ashley didn't want this YouTube thing. She gained a lot of subscribers off of it, but she never wanted it. And I remember saying that in a reaction video. I was like, y'all, this is quote unquote her territory, if you want to call it that. You know, I'm not saying Keisha owns everything. I'm just using that as an example. Like, this is kind of Keisha's world, and Ashley was kind of like brought into it. She was here for a very small moment, and then she ended up going back to what she normally did on Instagram and living her damn life. Well, now, y'all, August is now 5. It's 5 years later, and Ashley has a message for the people. Okay, so let's get into it. Hey, LaToya.
I just want to talk about a couple of things. Just a couple things. I'm gonna let y'all get in, but I will say, you know, let's set the tone. I don't want any negativity. I know we can't control when it comes to trolls and everything else. I don't want no negative energy over here. Yeah. Y'all know the vibes. Hello, 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 ladies. I also want to say that I am okay with agreeing to disagree. I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know that there's people who support me that don't support other people. There's people that support other people, don't really care for me, but be watching. I know that there's people that support everybody, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, y'all, let's keep it cute. Let's keep the energy positive. It's a beautiful Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? And before y'all get to asking, Papa is with my sister, Bubby. We spent the whole day, Bubby, my mom, me, and August, just kind of like doing some shopping and stuff. But, just want to give y'all a little update. I've been on TikTok a little bit here and there. I know some of y'all have seen me, some of y'all haven't. But just, just dibbling and dabbling here and there when I have the energy and, the time to get on there. But people was just suggesting that I come back over to YouTube and do a Get Ready With Me and just kind of give y'all a little update. So to start off, a lot of people kept asking on TikTok, like, am I coming back to YouTube? I don't mind coming back. It's just a simple fact of when all that stuff happened with TikTok, when it was supposed to be getting shut down and they took CapCut and stuff, like, it was just like, I kind of felt like, where do we go from here? My TikTok is, because I think I changed the name of it. Let me see. My TikTok is The Leeway.
Hey, Cheyenne, Ashley, and family. Cheyenne, Ashley, and family says, as long as that boy is treated right at his daddy's house, I really don't see the issue. Well, the problem is, Cheyenne, with that, people feel like Keisha is nuts and she secretly resents August. That's what people feel. If you guys agree, put a 1 in the chat. People still feel that way. Do I feel like Keisha is capable of doing something to that little boy? Let me just say this, y'all. I hope not. I hope not, because she's a mother too. But a lot of the things that Keisha has done over the years would lead you to believe that she could potentially do something. Like, Keisha has done some scandalous stuff when it comes to this whole situation. But I believe one of the reasons why she did that was doing that, because Keisha wanted so desperately for the internet to be on her side. And the internet did not want to be on her side. They just didn't. I really feel like a lot of Keisha's anger was routed towards the wrong person. She was more angry at Ashley, the Leeway, the girl we're looking at in the video, and the internet, opposed to Jeremy. She should have been just, if not only just as equally as angry with Jeremy, if not more, because Jeremy is the one that she was dating. Jeremy was her boyfriend. Jeremy is the father of her children. Jeremy is the one that's been living with her. Okay, Keisha's never lived with Jeremy. Jeremy's always lived with her. So her anger, I felt like, was misguided to Ashley, because Ashley could only do what Jeremy was in cahoots with. And even when Ashley found out that Jeremy had a girlfriend, if Jeremy didn't feel like that union was sacred and he chose to keep frolicking in the streets with Ashley, I mean, that's still on Jeremy. I mean, as a woman, we understand there's a girl code thing, but y'all, typically for me, my understanding from my back in the day ways, the girl code essentially goes to the girls that you're associated with, right? Your circle. Like, I'm not gonna go sleep with my homegirl's ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, or current boyfriend or current husband, because, first of all, to me, that's nasty. Two, there's a girl code we need to uphold. Like, girl, that's your man, or that used to be your man. I don't want something my friend, my cousin, my auntie, nobody that I don't want that, right? So when it came to Ashley and Keisha, and some of you guys might disagree, but that's okay. We can agree to disagree. I don't feel like Ashley owed Keisha anything. I feel like Jeremy is the one who said, yeah, Keisha, you my woman, and we doing this couple thing. We live together. We making money together. Even if they're not making money together, Keisha making the money, he's spending the money. However, they over there doing it together, and we have kids together. So to me, Jeremy is the one who should have refrained from having a relationship outside of the relationship he had with Keisha. Ashley she don't owe anybody anything. That's just my personal feeling. I don't feel like Ashley owed anybody anything. Now, should you make a habit of running around sleeping with other men? No, you should not make a habit of doing that if you have any self-respect. But in that situation, I think in the beginning, Ashley may have not known about KEESHA. But once she was made aware, I believe at that time she was already pregnant. She was already feeling Jeremy. Her feelings were involved. And I think at that point, it was probably a little too late.
Just like how you would YouTube.
I agree, Elsie.
And I go in there. I go live from time to time, especially when I work at the other bar that I've been at. So as y'all know, I'm still at VODs. I picked up a job at Cafe Circle on Edgewood, and that's been cool. I've been there for about 2 months, and I usually go live then. We have karaoke nights on Thursday nights. That's usually when I go live, and we just kind of vibe out. Or then there's just times where like I might just be.
Wait, hold on, Ashley. Hold on, honey. Wait a minute, because my girl Waffle Toaster in the building. And today is her birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Waffle Toaster. Thank you so much for spending your birthday with the break room, sis. I wish you many, many more birthdays, Waffle Toaster. Thank you so much for coming in the chat, letting us know it's your birthday, girl. Happy birthday, baby.
Bored. And I just want to talk to my girls. But yeah, all that CapCut stuff. I'm trying to figure out other apps I can use to do my editing. I really like CapCut because it allowed me to kind of like maneuver how I needed to with it, but that's something that could be fixed.
Lady T-Bug, I agree with you. Lady T-Bug said, how long do Ashley think she can be a bottle girl with no health benefits? Girl, I don't know. I guess she just going with the flow until the flow don't flow anymore at this point.
Also, like I had kind of chilled on YouTube. Just, like I started going through the stuff that I'm going through in life, and it's not nothing other than just everyday life, and it's just like I just need to take a beat. But just know I always love y'all. I always think about y'all. But at one point your girl was rotating 3 bartending jobs. I took a little moment from the nursing and medical assisting. But yeah, just
so I guess at one point she got into healthcare, you guys, and maybe Ashley felt like that wasn't for her. Let's be honest, y'all, bartenders make good money, especially if you're bartending at a good spot. Oh baby, you can make some cheddar. You hear me? Are there bartenders doing it full time? Possibly. But I know 2 bartenders personally. 2 of my female homegirls are bartenders, and they do it as a supplement. They don't do it full time. They do it as a supplement. I'm not saying that. I mean, obviously, if you got it in real good, you could possibly do bartending as a full time job. Like I said, if you're in the right spot, oh baby, you can make a killing.
So, and I don't want to give y'all like bullshit videos, you know what I'm saying? Like even this video right now, like I really just kind of like threw it out there. I'm not monetizing it. I don't care to like make a quick coin off of something. Like if I'm gonna work, I'm gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to give y'all the real content and the real entertainment, and just just give y'all real.
Yeah.
I don't want it to feel rushed. I don't want it to feel like, oh shit, this bitch just giving it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just throwing it out there. Like we're not doing that. So anywho, I work at Boss tonight, so like I said, I'm supposed to be here at 10 o'clock, but I still gotta curl my hair, and I've been booking lately with these jobs because they know like I'm constantly like rotating them out. But we will get to curl my hair while I talk a little bit. But it was just a few things I wanted to
$700
address.
Tips,
and I mean, I don't know. I feel like the word address sometimes comes with negative connotation. I don't ever want it to come off as like I'm trying to be negative or like I'm trying to start some shit or stir the pot. But I do feel like I am kind of getting tired of feeling like I not like I have to address or clarify some things, but I just feel like, you know, like we've been locked in. What, August is 5 now, like, so it's been some time, like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like some things, you know, I like when we're on the same page. And like I said at the beginning, we can agree to disagree by all means. We don't always have to see eye to eye about everything. But the other day, I did have a moment of weakness.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Miss Ardana, is that how you pronounce your name? Worked last night and made $900. Get that money, sis.
Where I spazzed on Instagram on my story. And I just kind of wanted to give more context on that. Because after that, then I started getting more and more messages from people, especially some of them being supporters that were here from the beginning, supporters that have showed out every year for Papa's birthday and Christmas and stuff. So I was kind of taken back by it. But long story short, all I'm gonna say on that is I'm working. I am a work in progress. We know this, but I'm human. We all fall short. I'm not perfect. I don't consider myself an influencer. I don't consider myself anything other than a regular girl who just so happens to put my life on Front Street from time to time. And, you know, just hoping that it touches somebody. And, you know, even if that's one person, cool. Like, I'm cool with that. I've gotten a lot more love than I've gotten hate. But there are times where the moment you let a little bit of hate in or negativity in, it just kind of like swallows me up. And I just feel like I've been working really hard on myself to be a better version of myself. And, you know, like just, I am sad that I allowed someone to take me there again. Because I don't even want to say like take me out of character. I feel like I am a very emotional person, and I've always told y'all that. And y'all know the quickest way to get a response out of me is to bring up my child. So I just been getting a lot of messages from, like I said, from people who I thought were supporters, where they fix their fingers. I can't even say mouth because you're writing me. But you're fixing your fingers to tell me to keep that energy, like keep that same energy. And it was some other shit where it was like, when something happens to that baby, and that's the part that gets me. That's the part that turns me up, because I think that some of y'all be feeling like when you make a comment like that, you're taking a jab at me. But what I'm seeing and hearing and perceiving it as is that you're preying on the downfall of my child and something that happened to my child.
See, this is what happens when you are in cahoots with taking people's money and gifts. When people starts giving you things, they feel like they have the right to make comments. Like anytime you come to the internet and call the internet your child's internet aunties, some people start really believing like they're invested because they're giving you money, they're sending Christmas gifts and birthday gifts for your son, and you accept all. So when you accept all those things from the internet, expect for the internet to have their opinion because they're invested. Yeah. Like, let's be honest, girl, you could have stopped them gifts and cash apps a long time ago, but you was into that coin, and now people are in your business more so than you're comfortable with, and now you got a problem. When Ashley could have turned everything she turned on, she could have turned it off a long time ago. But now she's ready to turn it off because apparently she's sick of y'all opposing your opinions about her son. And what she just said, y'all saying something gonna happen to the boy, y'all praying on his downfall. I don't think it's people praying on his downfall, because who wants something to happen to the child? What they're saying is, sis, you too comfortable. But y'all gotta be realistic with it. If she is comfortable with that boy over there, regardless if you send her money, if you buy August a Christmas gift, a birthday gift, at the end of the day, she is that boy's mama. Y'all are not. So if she chooses to let that boy go over there and canoodle with his biological family, because Jeremy is his biological father. Jeremy's 3 daughters with KEESHA are his biological sisters. She has the right. She is the mother. She has the right to do that, y'all. You can't get mad at something she has the right to do. Now, your opinions are that. Those are opinions. But what she feels in her mind is fact. And if she matter-of-factly feels comfortable with Jeremy, or with little August going over there, staying with Jeremy for, I don't know, the weekend, a week, days, whatever, at the end of the day, she has the right to do that.
I don't rock with that at all. But I'm learning to not give it as much power as I've been giving it. I'm learning to just return to sender in the spiritual realm and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta stop feeding into the negativity, and because at the end, I can't control people's thoughts. At the end of the day, any person who puts their life out on Front Street, any one of us can sit there and say, you know, I could do better. I would have handled it like this. I would have did it like that. Whatever the case may be, kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like you can walk.
But what y'all got to understand is Ashley quietly always felt the way she's publicly saying now. She just was a little reluctant to say it the way she's saying it now. I think over the years, she's kind of over it. I think because y'all got to understand this lady was living on Instagram. She wasn't living on YouTube. She was living on Instagram. Apparently, she's over there on TikTok. But Ashley would rather you guys watch her do her hair and put on makeup instead of y'all being invested in what she's doing with Jeremy and KEESHA. But what she has to understand is Jeremy and KEESHA are invested in the internet and and they are invested in what the internet knows about what they got going on. Because again, KEESHA vlogs her life. So in a sense, Ashley is kind of roped into that situation because you have a child with Jeremy. And again, if Ashley didn't want the business of her child on the internet, she never really had to engage the way she did 5 years ago. She could have just been like, yeah, I'm the baby mama. Okay. And she could have just went back into hiding. Even, people doing videos, they can only talk as much as she talked. Ashley did whole panels. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this girl was all over the damn internet. Now, the things that she was saying back then, like she was gassing the internet up. Now she want everybody to retreat. But you got the people invested in this situation, sis. You brought the people, you got the people where they're at. You did this on your own because for the, monetary gain or whatever it is. But now she's just like, okay, y'all, I'm bored with it. Move on. And the people are still, I guess, in a sense, still there.
Walk a day in my shoes. Good for you. Good for you. You know what I'm saying? But also, y'all are sitting behind a screen and you're seeing bits and pieces. Now,
I agree, Teresa.
At the end of the day, I don't agree with everything that is done with my child's father and and their household and stuff. But at the end of the day, that's their household. I have my own. Y'all know August is 5 now. He's not an itty bitty baby. He can speak very well. He knows how to articulate his emotions, his feelings, his thoughts. So when something happens to that baby, this, that, and the third, to me, I feel like you're taking a jab at my child. And
here's the thing. For her to say people are taking a jab at her child shows how ignorant Ashley is. People warning you of what they feel could be potentially a dangerous situation based off the information that has came out to the internet over the years about the things KEESHA has indulged in. It's not people taking a jab at your son. It's people looking out for you and your son, and more than likely saying things that you may not be aware of or you're blinded to. But listening to what she's saying, y'all let that lady mind her business with her child. That's her child. And if God forbid, if something happens, I mean, she got to handle it. The internet does not have to handle it. Like at the end of the day, if y'all still want to, look out for the little boy for birthdays and Christmas, okay, well, just be giving somebody something because you just want them to have it. Don't feel like you're invested because you're spending your money. And if you don't know how to separate the two, then keep your money in your pocket. That's just my opinion.
I don't appreciate that. I feel like at the end of the day, he don't have nothing to do with nothing. I've asked Papa personally because a lot of people, I don't want it to be like I'm like purposely oblivious to what is going on. I asked my child religiously, how do you feel about this person? How do you feel about that person? What's going on? How, you know what I'm saying? Like, fill me in. So all I can say on is when it comes specifically to that, he loves his daddy. He loves his stepmom. I asked him specifically, how do you feel?
Do y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what she just said? She said August loves his daddy. He loves his stepmom. She said she's asked August many times, is Keesha over there mistreating you? And August has told her, no, she's not. So she's okay with it. So guess what, internet? Y'all got to be okay with it too. Because ultimately, it's her decision. It's her child. It's her decision. If y'all want to be mad, y'all can be mad. You definitely can be mad. But this is what I'm saying. This is why you can't play into these situations. Because guess what, you guys? At the end of the day, a lot of times people are just stuck in the video or the live stream. What y'all got to understand is when these videos, so like this is the live stream Ashley did last night. Guess what? Once Ashley got off this live stream, her life continued to move on. A lot of people are still stuck on this said live stream. But guess what? Life continues to move on. See, that's why you cannot get overly invested in these folks and what they got going on. You just cannot. I'm not saying don't watch it because it's a soap opera, because it is. Watch it. You're entertained by it. Okay, no problem. But this, people really was, because at one point, Ashley was on here, basically like F Keesha and this heifer this heifer that, I'm kind of ad-libbing. But now that's his stepmom. That is the very first time I've ever heard that lady reference Keesha as stepmom to little August. So that pretty much confirmed to me maybe her and Jeremy did get married, because now Ashley is publicly saying Keesha is stepmom. And if Jeremy and Keesha are legally married, then yes, she is his stepmom.
About her, do you feel like she treats you bad? Do you feel like she treats you good? How do you feel about her? How do you feel like you're being treated? He said that she treats him well. He's happy. So that's all I'm gonna say when it comes down to that. Because like I said, I want to focus on the positive. I want to focus on the love. I get more love than I get hate. But I do tend to give into the negativity, and for myself personally, I'm tired of it. I'm tired.
Oh, they did royal blue. Okay.
I have to let that go. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there. He's fine. He's happy. He's good. The moment my child comes to me and says he's uncomfortable, he's not happy, he doesn't feel safe, that is when, you know what I'm saying, we're going to have to go a different route. But as of right now, he enjoys being able to have his different households, whether it's my household, Mama Marsha's household, or Jeremy's household. So I just want to say that. Another thing, a lot of people have been coming at me about Octavia Hazel. There's no smoke on my end. There's no beef. I mean, to my knowledge, there's no beef on her end either. I may be wrong. Either way it goes, I just feel like that's not too much I really want to say when it comes to Octavia, because I feel like the internet shit is internet shit. And I feel like it's just conversations that could be had between me and her in private. So what I will say as far as Octavia, that I did when I was on live, I did use some words that I feel like kind of have a negative connotation around it. I said the word transactional, and I think I'm just going to elaborate a little bit on that.
So I guess apparently when she says Octavia, she's talking about the YouTuber. I think her channel name is It's Me Hazel, something Hazel. And I guess she's talking, I guess there was some fallout conversation. I don't know. I haven't seen Hazel's channel in years. It's been a few years, 2-3 years. So I guess there was some type of conversation between her and Hazel. I think one of you guys just mentioned earlier in the live that Hazel went live and talked about it, I guess. So if you guys are interested in getting more context, you'll have to go to Hazel's channel and find that out.
It's just as simple as I grew up with a Gemini mom. Okay. She wasn't quick. I'll say she wasn't quick to apologize when it came to certain things. Her way of expressing her love language is to provide, or to treat you to something, or whatever the case may be. And that's more the context that I meant when I was speaking on Octavia. I wasn't saying that she buys me or anything, or buys the people she's around. I think that her love language is to provide, and, to show her way of showing up is to, treat you to lunch or something, or you spend a day with her and y'all go do something. And
oh, sis, basically what you're saying then, even if you didn't mean it, what you are basically saying is Octavia buys her friends. Even if you didn't want it to come out that way, I didn't hear the live from Hazel. I didn't hear what she said about Hazel, but just hearing this part, that's what it sounded like to me. Now, let me read what I'm 90s said. Anytime Jeremy comes around, she, meaning Ashley, the lady on the screen, acts funny with Hazel and her family, and they have done more for her child than his daddy ever did. So I'm gonna just say this again. Even if that is the case, if those are facts, or if that is the perception of Hazel and her family, then minus what you do. Protect your own peace. If you feel like Ashley has a habit of whenever her and Jeremy are in good with each other, she basically shits on everybody else, then let her keep that same energy when her and Jeremy are not good. Because we know, y'all, when it comes to the co-parenting things, you have times where the situation is going really good. And then you have times where, unfortunately, the co-parenting, y'all have a disagreement in it. So when that time comes, because let's be honest, it's going to come. Y'all just stand down and let Ashley handle her business.
It's like, I got it, I got you type of feel. I did not mean it in any type of negative connotational way. And when I said that, are you doing this for you? Or are you doing this for me? I meant simply that, like, in the fact of
I agree, Ariana. I agree. Ariana says, I think Hazel should just let her and her BD be. Just be her friend and August's godmom. But see, some of you guys may not know this. Apparently, it came out a few years ago when all this drama was very fresh, that back when they were in high school, when Jeremy and Hazel was in high school, apparently Jeremy and Hazel was liking on each other. Hazel used to be good friends with Jeremy's twin sister. Hazel used to be good friends with Jeremy's twin sister. So it was mentioned that Jeremy and Hazel shared a kiss or in the football bleachers or something, y'all. I'm a little fuzzy on the details. Like I said, y'all, this has been like 4 years ago when this came out, or maybe even 5 years ago. But I did notice over the years, let me say this. I did notice back then, Hazel was real. To me personally, she was more passionate about what was going on than Ashley herself. That was just my personal opinion based off my perception of what I was watching and what I was seeing and hearing, right? And so I agree with you, Ariana. At this point, allow Ashley to have that but see, this is what happens when See, this is what happens, y'all. This is what happens when you run your mouth to your friends about what you got going on with your man or your baby daddy. And you beefing. And again, you want to be able to talk to somebody about your feelings, right? You want to be able to talk to somebody about your feelings. But as a friend, as you being, if I'm Ashley's friend, right? And she wants to come to me and vent about Jeremy and Keesha, I have to realize this is not my relationship. This is my friend. Ashley's my friend, meaning me, TMR. Ashley and TMR are friends. And Ashley wants to come confide and vent to me about her feelings about Jeremy and Keesha and what's going on, right? At me being TMR, I have to realize this is my homegirl. So I'm going to be there for you, meaning I'm going to listen, right? I'm going to be an active listener. But what I'm not going to do is get invested. Because just like I just mentioned, you'll have good times in co-parenting, and then obviously you're going to have some hiccups, right? But as a friend, I have to learn how, since I'm going to be there and listen to you, I'm going to possibly even give you some advice if I feel like it's warranted, regardless if you take it or not. I'm going to give you my opinion. But at the end of the day, what she do with her baby daddy and that situation over there has nothing to do with me. Even if I am, quote unquote, the godmother, right? It has nothing physically to do with me. And I just really feel like people became, again, just my opinion, people became overly invested. And I think Ashley used that as a weapon at some point, but now her and Jeremy, I guess, and Keesha are on a better page. So she wants everybody to forget about the things that she has publicly came to the internet to be vent about, maybe things she's vented about privately to close friends and family. She wants everybody to forget about that. And see, that's why I'm saying this whole thing of getting on the internet, telling your business is not a good thing, because what you got to understand is you may move on from the situation, but the people that you're telling it to, meaning the internet, is still stuck where you left them at.
Quite that. My love language, I rather, sit down, have a meaningful conversation with the group. But like I said, that's a conversation that I am willing to have with Octavia on our own time.
Even feeling
so
like they are sisters, biologically they are not.
I think that she is a beautiful person. I think that she is headstrong. She is smart. And I think being that the businesswoman that she is, you know what I'm saying? I know that she doesn't have a lot of time for certain things. She's running her own business, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, to say that whenever we can find the time to get together, I definitely will do that and have my own private conversation with her. The only other thing I did want to speak on when it comes to Octavia is the simple fact of, I know a lot of people feel like I didn't show up for her as hard as she showed up for me when I was going, like when we first all got situated or whatever, and any time after that we've had like issues when it came to certain internet things. And I will say that because I view her as someone so headstrong, I may have given my space to believe that she didn't need any background noise, so that I could publicly apologize and say, like, like
that's not a good one, Ashley. So basically you're saying because Hazel is a strong person, you didn't need to be additional reinforcement for her. Sis, that's cat. Basically what that's saying is you're not a good friend. When you need somebody, and I'm going to repeat, is it GWD28? GWD28 says Hazel was her backbone because they was dragging Ashley online. And I guess when you say they, are you talking about Keesha and Jeremy, or are you talking about the people that support Keesha and Jeremy? I don't know when you say they. And she never spoke up for herself. When you say she, you're meaning Ashley. Keesha has plenty of people going against Ashley. Hazel just said enough is enough. And I agree with you. But see, this right here is a great representation you can only be friends to somebody that shows that equal energy. Like, you can't be more of a friend to somebody than they are to you. And let's be honest, y'all, over the years, if you've been keeping up with this, there are times when Hazel has definitely shown that she's being more of a friend than Ashley is. And Hazel appears to be a very intelligent woman. So at that point, Hazel should have backed up. The fact that she didn't is unfortunate for her, right? Because again, you got to learn. It just shows that Ashley is not a good friend. She's just not. It's just all to it. That's what that shows. Some friends are for a season and not for a lifetime. So she's saying right now, like, I'm not even putting words in Ashley's mouth. Ashley just told y'all the reason why she didn't come as hard for Hazel when Hazel was going through things, opposed to how we seen how Hazel was coming hard for her, is because she feels like Hazel can handle it and she couldn't. But no, if Hazel was supporting you, you support her. That's why I do understand Hazel spoke up for Ashley, because Ashley either couldn't or didn't want whatever. But after so long, Hazel should have peeped game and backed down and let Ashley handle her own grown business.
Like, it's nothing wrong with showing up for your friend. Like, we've had conversations in private where I expressed how I felt about certain situations and things, but I didn't feel the need to come public about it. But once again, that's a conversation that I can have with Octavia, where it's just like, you know, if you feel like I'm not showing up for you loud enough or through other ways, you know what I'm saying, then that's something I could work on. Just because you come off strong and you deal well with confrontation doesn't mean that, you know, you don't still need your cheerleaders or somebody, you know, behind you, you know, just having your back. So I can definitely say I feel like a lot of it comes down to perceptions and just like what each of us all have going on.
I feel like Ashley's doing a bunch of word salad right now.
I think it just took a moment for me to see it from a different perspective of, like, even though I feel like I'm being supportive, how does my friend feel? So that's just something else I had wanted to mention. But once again, like I said, a lot of this internet stuff gets chopped and screwed and misconstrued and all type of stuff. So I don't really want to talk too much about too many different things, just because, like I said, I'm not trying to give any negative energy.
Oh, Hazel lost the baby?
Power.
I didn't know that. Wait a minute. Hazel has the twin girls, right? So she was pregnant again? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, poor thing. Oh, I didn't know that. Lady T-Bug. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So, yeah. But like I said, I do want to publicly apologize to my friend and just say, like,
I agree,
if I wasn't as supportive as you would like me to be, I do apologize. That's never my intention.
She definitely is the type of friend that takes and never gives. That's why she started this live stream. Who said that? Mom of two. That's why. Timar, you missed Hazel's live. Yeah, I don't watch Hazel, y'all. I'm not subscribed to her channel. I don't watch her. So, like I said, when all that stuff, when I stopped talking about KEESHA and all of them back 4 years ago, I stopped watching everybody because I just wasn't interested anymore. It was getting way too messy for me, and I just want to do a reaction. It was too much. It was too many different. There was too much going on. I'm gonna just say that. But mom of two, KEESHA mocked her miscarriage. Who? KEESHA mocked Hazel's miscarriage? Well, let's be honest, y'all. I'm not expecting for KEESHA to be Hazel's cheerleading fan, because if you remember back then, like, KEESHA and Hazel were going back and forth. So it's very obvious KEESHA and Hazel are not good friends. They don't see eye to eye. So that's obvious, okay? So I don't expect for, you know, KEESHA to be empathetic and sympathetic. I mean, me personally, if I was KEESHA, I would have just hushed. I wouldn't have said nothing. At 6-7 months, and she said she never heard from Ashley. Wow. Oh, that's horrendous. At TMR, Hazel took it hard losing her baby. She went into deep depression. I could imagine losing a child at 6 and 7 months. You're in your 3rd trimester. That is horrendous. Oh my God. I didn't know that. But anyway, I'm sorry to hear that. Lost a baby boy. Oh no. I didn't know that, you guys. I definitely did not know that. Does Hazel still have her business? She Keisha doesn't need to if she's pregnant as well. Yeah, that's true, Sean. So, but the whole point of me saying that is it Ashley clearly just said that she didn't have her back. Whenever Hazel needed support, she either publicly or privately, apparently she wasn't supportive because she felt like Hazel's strong, she can handle it. But having a miscarriage with your child at 6 or 7 months in your third trimester, my God, who, I mean, even the strongest person is going to feel some type of way. And Ashley should have been there for Hazel. That's just my personal opinion. Again, I don't know the full context of everything because, again, what y'all got to understand is these people will come to the internet and tell stories. But even when they come to the internet and tell certain stories, do understand when the internet is not on, their life is still rolling, right? So we don't know everything. But if Hazel said, or if you guys are saying based off what you've heard Hazel say that Ashley was not there for her, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate.
Where, you know, it just gave like, I got this. So it's like, you know, if you got it, you got it.
You gotta check on your strong friends.
There's other ways to show up, and it doesn't have to be being loud or
okay, that's good.
Whatever the case may be. But yeah. So I just wanted to say that. I think it was one more thing I wanted to talk about. And I also want to say this. I feel like people are trying to make it seem like because I'm choosing the co-parenting that like I picked a side. I haven't. It's not a side to be picked. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, the only side I could be on is my child. And that, again, like I said, is a conversation that I can have with the people I need to have.
So, okay, so why does so hold on, I'm confused. She said because she decided to co-parent without any chaos. She said people feel like she's picked a side. Let's be honest, y'all. If you're no longer with the father of your child or children, and the father has moved on or moved back into what he was doing, however you want to look at it, and you as the woman, you have moved on, what's the purpose of still having venom and hatred? I mean, that's the situation with Olivia and Gerard over there. Y'all, that is not productive for the child. Now, I do understand there are people who want to just stay in the realm of evil, hatred, and just mad all the time. Like, y'all got to understand there are people out here that are not happy unless they're mad and got drama in their life. But if she's choosing to bury the hatchet and just proceed on, because let's be honest, y'all, regardless if she likes Jeremy or not, August is a child that they share, and as long as August is living and breathing, they're gonna have to raise that boy. And if she has, in private, outside of the internet, has had a conversation with Jeremy and Keisha as a collective, regardless of what we think if Keisha is forthright or not, if she has chosen to peace over anything else, the internet has to respect that. But here's the gag. Ashley, ma'am, when that backfires, because it's a possibility that could backfire. Don't you bring your ass to the internet venting, because we don't want to hear it.
Have a conversation of like comfortability and like, you know, just making sure everything is everything. But I did have someone come at me talking about why would I let Jeremy come to Mama Marsha's house. Mama Marsha is a grown-ass woman. If I'm not able to pick up my child or drop him off to a certain location or wherever, you know what I'm saying, wherever the meeting point is, or if I have to work, whatever, Mama Marsha's house is a safe place for Papa. He's comfortable. happy. She said it was okay. That's all that matters. Like, that's a grown woman. That's her household. If she's okay with, like no one's inviting anybody over and having a kumbaya and a family dinner or nothing. It's as simply as it's a location.
Y'all, who is Mama Marshall? Who is that? Is that Hazel's mom? Who is Mama Marshall? Or is that Jeremy's mother? Sean asking, saying, yeah, who is Mama Marshall? Some of you guys that's in Mama Marshall needs to step back. She has her own grandkid. Okay, that's Hazel's mama. Okay, so Mama Marshall is Hazel's mom. See, that's my thing. Like, Ashley, you using these people to help you with your son, but when there's some problems, you over here beefing with these people, getting these people hyped up. But then when you're no longer beefing with these people, meaning Jeremy and Keisha, you want the people that you were venting to forget what you just said. How about you just keep your business to yourself? Maybe just vent to your mom and your sister. Vent to your side of the family, okay? Because I guess they don't care either way, right? They don't care either way. So stop venting to people who really don't need to be involved in your personal business when it comes to your son's father and his wife. How about that? How about we just do that?
And drop off August safely. But yeah.
Thank you, LaToya.
Other than that, I don't be understanding a lot of the confusion about a lot of things, but that's me.
Wow, that lady was in the hospital for 5 days and Ashley didn't go see about the lady. And she has been watching August since August been on this earth. I remember those videos back then from Hazel and her, meaning Ashley. So I do remember that. So Mama Marshall, what you guys are calling her, Hazel's mom, was hospitalized for 5 days and Ashley didn't rear her head. Yikes.
But I think those were like the main things I want to just go ahead and talk about. Because I know, like I said, I was
right,
pretty
Lady
worked up.
She
I
never
remember what day
anything.
it was. I was pretty worked up, but all that, when something happens to your baby, keep that same type of energy, like baby, that's a return to sender. And I don't wish any harm on anybody, but you fix.
I mean, you can return it back to sender, Ashley, but the people are basically saying when the shit implodes over there, if it does, keep that same energy. We don't want to hear about it. That's all the people are saying. Like, just take that for what it is. It's you can return it to sender all you want to, but people are just telling you, since you over there and everything's cool, okay, well, when it becomes uncool, just remember what you said. That's all the people are saying. I don't understand. As an adult, you should accept that. You should be like, I don't even understand what the website, or not the website, what the internet conversation was about. If you don't give a damn what the internet is talking about and you want to return it to sender, then you should have kept it you should have kept it at you. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, what's the purpose of coming to the internet to chastise the internet when you grown and you make your own decisions, right? Well, then make them. We all right. Ain't nobody effed up.
In your mouth to say that, it sounded like a manifestation to me. So I don't like that at all. I'm just gonna have to go back to just protecting my peace and my sanity. Like, August is getting older. There's been a few places we went to. Hell, just this week alone, where we ran into people who told him they know us from YouTube, and like, he was so excited, but like, he's been asking about getting back on YouTube, but he's also at that age where he's starting to learn how to read and starting to learn, what's going on and becoming hip to things. And it's just like,
wait, hold on. You said August been asking you to get back on YouTube. Girl, the boy is 5. He don't care nothing about no damn YouTube. He care about, I don't know, Tonka trucks and action figures. Ashley, hush. Talking about August at the point where he can read. So you saying August is reading the comment section of every said reaction video? Girl, hush. If you don't hush, girl, August is not studying. Girl, he is watching Kids Bop. He don't care nothing about your live stream. And if he did, he probably sat here for just a few moments. I'm pretty sure that boy didn't go nowhere near the comment section.
Don't want that negative energy around where it's like I said, I feel like people think they're taking a jab at me, but I don't see it like that. I don't see it like that at all. Like, keep my child out of it, period, point blank. Especially at our grown ages. Like, it's women who are old enough to be my mother, old enough to be my grandmother, old enough to be like a great aunt, talking crazy. Like, that is crazy to me.
What you mean? So now, isn't that funny, y'all? She said, it's people out here old enough to be my mama, be my grandmama, be my auntie. And now y'all was giving me y'all money, and I was accepting it. Now I don't want to be bothered with y'all, so kick rocks. Baby, you wouldn't be able to tell me that but one damn time.
Crazy as hell, just because you don't like what you see, you know, at somebody else's household. At the end of the day, either don't watch, or just if you have something to say and you don't agree with it, all you have to do is, I'm praying for y'all, wishing y'all the best of luck. I hope everything works out. Those will do just fine. But all the extra other shit, I'm cool on it. I'm cool on it. Like, honestly. And like I said, I'm okay. I'm finally at that point where I'm okay to agree to disagree. Like I said, you might rock with me some days, and then the other days you like, I ain't really feeling this bitch. That's cool. That's cool. That is cool. You know what I'm saying? But
I agree,
like,
it's the weirdest
one thing we know about me is, let's keep it cute around here. Like, let's keep it cute.
Now let's keep it cute. When the people was sending all kind of money and gifts and all type of stuff, the people could keep it cute or keep it ugly. Now you don't want to be bothered with the people. Now you want to keep it cute, baby.
I feel like emotions be high, feelings change. But we're all human. We're all doing the best that we can. Some, you know, try a little harder than others, but at the end of it is what it is. Like, we all got the same 24 hours. Like, as long as you trying to work.
Let Ashley do one thing wrong. Especially now that KEESHA is Jeremy's wife, let Ashley do one wrong thing. Let her get caught up in any type of, I don't know, situation at the club. Baby, let her do one thing wrong. I guarantee you, KEESHA will go and list all those alleged attorneys she has on retainer, and she'll be trying to take Ashley's parental rights from her. She'll be pulling a Gerard and Antonisha on Ashley's ass. Okay, girl, keep on. Do something wrong. Get locked up, even if it's for 24 hours. Get locked up, and I guarantee you, KEESHA gonna have them said attorneys that she got on retainer all over your ass, cause she the wife and the stepmammy.
Work on yourself. That's all that matters, and that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm not gonna keep letting people bring me back to a place that I'm trying to get away from. And especially, like I said, there's a lot more love than it is hate. And I'm not. I have to, like, finally acknowledge.
Exactly, Miss TLD. Miss TLD said, someone my age might just be the opinion you need. I've been there and done that on quite a few things, and my insight might just be helpful. But you go ahead, girl. Baby, you can't tell these young folks nothing. Baby, they know they got all the damn. At the end of the day, we been there, done that. We made those mistakes, and we trying to assist you. But you got to understand, baby, this generation, they don't want to hear it. So if they don't want to hear it, I mean, you just got to keep it on mute at this point, baby. Like my daddy used to say, I'm gonna let you bump your head. I'm gonna just go and let you bump your head. Go on ahead.
That like the love be so much louder, and I really appreciate you guys for the real love, the real support. I feel like the monitoring spirits, as I keep praying and keep working on myself, they slowly reveal themselves and they get dismissed, and it is what it is, and we're just gonna keep it moving. Hi, my babies. I ain't really been looking at the chat like that because I just had to say what I had to say real quick, but
I agree. ANF88.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with you. Just
I
keep
want
living.
peace,
Keep
love,
on living. Yeah, just keep on living. You'll see.
That's all I want. And
in Jesus' name, walk.
I feel like at the end of the day, this is the internet, but also real life, and two statements can be true at the same time. But this is the internet, and y'all see glimpses and pieces of things. You see just
right, Greenheart.
You connect your own dots, y'all put your own scenarios together. Some of y'all be like right on it, some of y'all be missing like a little piece or two, but some of y'all be far off. Like at the end of the day, I have to get to that point of realization of like, y'all gonna believe what y'all want to believe, y'all gonna think what y'all want to think, y'all gonna see what y'all want to see, hear what y'all want to hear. Because it was literally a video, like one of my last few videos right before I finished like posting. And it's like people in the comments telling me something that I said, but it's like that's literally not what I say. So it just gets to a point where it's like, you know what? You got it. You got it. Seriously.
That's why you just got to post and move on, baby. You getting all caught up in the comment section.
Trust. August was very sad about not being able to spend the summer with his cousins as well. However, if we're working on co-parenting, the only way I can be able to trust you as a co-parent and to, allow that space for him to play that part, to see like, can this be something that could work? But if I don't give the space for that to be able to be an option, you know what I'm saying? Then like, how do we ever move forward? But that's not the first summer that August has not been like directly at Mama Marsha's house. Like at one point in time, you know what I'm saying? Papa used to go to Chicago and spend a few weeks in Chicago and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it wasn't something that was out of the ordinary. It was so much, but I understand. But
so he was supposed to go spend the summer with cousins. What cousins? Are you talking about? Hazel's side of the family, Hazel's kids, or is she talking about her side of the family? And Jeremy said no. So you decided to put that on hold and allow Jeremy to spend the parental time with his child. I mean, y'all. Okay, so she's talking about Hazel's kids. I mean, I'm sorry, you guys. He's the father. If he's willing and able to keep the boy, I don't know, y'all. This is a lot going on. That's why Hazel should have, it's not Hazel, excuse me. Ashley should have stopped involving the village to raise her son, because now you went 5 years of having the village helping you with your son. Now you no longer want the village involvement, and you're going to just exclusively co-parent with the father. And the village has gotten used to helping you with your son. And now you got a problem. And when I say the village, I'm talking about the internet, the people in her personal life. Now she want everybody to stand down. Let this man be a father. In order for me to get comfortable with co-parenting with him, I have to allow August to go over there and spend time. But here's the problem, sis. You guys should have worked this stuff out a long time ago. Like, August is 5. Why are we just not having this conversation? You should have set parameters and all that put in place a long time ago. Instead of spending time coming to the internet, beefing and venting, if you really wanted August to have this relationship with his dad and his siblings on his dad's side, then you should have cut all this confusion out a long time ago. Like, you enabled that situation. So now she wants everybody to stand down. Like, she don't want to be a village. She wants Jeremy to be the village. And guess what, y'all? Let Jeremy be the village. Let him be the village. When Jeremy can no longer be the village, don't you bring your ass back over to the village and ask, can somebody watch that boy? Keep that same energy.
I just feel like, for me, it was just more so of the negative connotation that was coming back to me, and the negative vibes of, like,
how much I want to bet? I'm going to give it 2 years. I'm going to give it 2 years. How much I want to bet August will be over there living with Keesha and Jeremy. Ashley's going to use the excuse that she's trying to get her life together and she's trying to pursue a career. And what better place for her son to be than with his father and his stepmommy? How much I want to bet in the next 1 to 2 years he will be living with them people? And her excuse will be, well, I'm still the mother. I'm just letting him stay over there until I get myself together. She's that type, y'all. How much I want to bet within 1 to 2 years, August will be living over there permanently?
Why would you take him from Mama Marsha's house? And why would you do this, that? Why would you do, like, first of all, Mama Marsha, like I said, is her own woman. Number two, she's a working woman. She told me at one point in time, like, hey.
Yeah, Royal Boo and Love.
I'm going back to work. We'll be available from this time. You're going to have to pick him back up by this time. And you know what I'm saying? Like, specific instructions or whatever. So it's just like, sometimes that doesn't work out for me. Like, sometimes I can't come back and get Papa at a certain time or do certain things.
How come you can't? If Mama Marshall is watching your, and let's say this, if they are putting restrictions on, like, if they're saying, okay, you dropping them off at 8 o'clock in the morning, Ashley, you need to be back at, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the evening. For them to start putting those type of stipulations on you, I can just tell you were the type that would leave that boy and be gone for 2-3 days, and they probably didn't hear from you about once or twice. In order for them, because a parent who drops their child off and picks their child up when they're supposed to, the person watching your child would not put stipulations on you. The fact that they was putting stipulations on you, more than likely you were taking advantage of their kindness of watching your son. So she said, if I want to go be gone for a week, because y'all know this girl, she travels to the DR and she be all over. She be all over the world, y'all. And that's the type of life Ashley likes to live. More than likely is one of the reasons probably why she stopped working in the nursing profession and went back to bartending or being a bottle girl or whatever she's doing, because she can live the life that she's accustomed to living, right? So more than likely, that's what was happening. And at the end of the day, if you drop your child off, the expectation should be presented at the time of dropping your child, especially if you're dropping the child off at a non-family member. Because regardless if Hazel and them have embraced little August as family, he's not biologically their family. Just gonna put it on out there, okay? So if they at the expectation should be at the time that you're dropping your child off, that time that you're going to retrieve that child should be said at the time that you're dropping that child off. Miss me with you dropping your child off at 8 o'clock in the morning and say you'll be back at 6. Then at 5:30, you're calling and say, hey, can he just spend the night? No, heifer, because if you said that you picking this boy up at 6, I'm making plans for after 6 o'clock. I will not have this child with me. You calling me at 5:30 and I'm expecting you at 6, asking can he stay the night, is now messing up my plans. She strikes me as that type.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a burden, and I don't want to make people feel like, you know, they have to look out or do this and the third to mess up their schedule and their life and what they got going on. So it's just like, we had to do what we had to do. Like, it's just that simple. We had to do what we had to do. But like I said, for me, on my end, nothing but love. I'm trying to be more understanding. A lot of people tell me I'm very forgiving. I mean, that's just the way I was raised. But yeah, I'm trying to be more understanding of not just myself, but those around me, and be more aware that this is not just my world and what I got going on and my life struggles.
Love Witty. I'm telling you.
But yeah.
Brandy Kennedy, it don't seem like it.
That's what I'm saying. At some point, we have to grow. Like, at the end of the day, do I care for her? No. Do she care for me? No. But at the end of the day, our children, our siblings, we're not going anywhere. Like, it is what it is. At some point, we have to grow. Like, we have to keep moving forward.
Well, why do you not care for KEESHA? Let's be honest. What did she do to you? If anything, your beef should be with Jeremy, because he's the reason why y'all got this. It's you. Oh my God. She said, no, I don't care for her, but hell, I need somebody to watch my child, and I need somebody to watch my child without any stipulations. So, Jeremy, you it. Tag, you it. Now, I'm just going to assume the man more than likely is not paying child support. So he probably with it. And KEESHA is okay with keeping August there, because if August is there, then that means there's no reason for Jeremy to be where Ashley and August are at. So more than likely, KEESHA want the boy to stay there indefinitely, because then that makes her believe there will be ever no reason for you to be over there with Ashley and August by yourself. Okay, so KEESHA with it. She's like, okay. And so it's her saying, yeah, I don't care for her and she don't care for me, but shit, I need somebody to watch my damn child. And if I want to be gone for 5 days with no phone calls talking about where you at, I'm gonna leave him with his daddy, because hey, that's your son too. What you calling me for? Ain't he with his other parent? That's where she's at, y'all. Mama Marshall is saying, hey, what time you say you coming back? Okay, well, you better be here at that time. I'm giving you a 30-minute grace period. It's like the daycare. The daycare gives you what? 30-minute grace period. After that, they start doing what? They start tacking on them fees. Y'all remember when little August was little, she had every excuse why she couldn't take August to daycare, but was over there at Mama Marshall's. I know now her name is Mama Marshall. At the time, I was just like, that's Hazel's mama. I didn't know the lady's name, but it was over there at Hazel Mama house for free.
And like I said, I asked my child religiously, how do you feel about such and such? Like, without dressing it up to like try to point him in one direction or the other. Like, does she treat you bad? Like, does she do this to you? Like, I don't word my questions where it's like I'm looking for a specific response. I literally just say, so how do you feel like?
Right, Teresa.
How do you feel like she treats you? His exact words to me was, she treats me good. He likes being around them. So I mean, it's just like, what y'all want me to do? If he's contained, and like I said, he's not in just one household or the other, like he's in a few different households. So it's just like, at the end of the day, if I feel like if he felt like he was being treated bad or treated a certain kind of way, or he didn't like it, he would speak up, because he speaks up about anything else. I know that he enjoys taking his breaks from his sisters, but he also likes being around them. But I do know that he would rather definitely be around his cousins, like, because he mostly grew up with his cousins. You know, for me, I like I said, as long as my child is being treated right in his eyes, that's all I could ask for. Like I said, we always can look at somebody else and be like, oh, I'm not gonna be that kind of parent.
Right.
Or
I
I'm not
want
gonna
her to stop including the internet as well, because at the end of the day, the internet no longer I think this message is more for Hazel and her family. I don't think this is really so much now for the internet. This is more so for Hazel and her family. And my thing is, why are you talking to the internet? Why you didn't pick up the phone, either text or call Hazel and Hazel's mom or whoever else is over there helping? Why is the internet involved? You know, because let's be honest, in the very beginning of this live, when she basically put those people in their place, okay, girl, that's it, right? Because let's be honest, the whole internet is not sending August gifts. It may be about 5 or 10 people, if that many, right? Because over the years, I think people probably have kind of slacked off because they got their own family. That's what I'm saying, y'all. You tend to your own damn family and let these internet people tend to their family.
be that kind of person, or I'm not gonna be this, or I could do it better this way, or you know, you should have did it that way. Like everybody was brought up different. Everybody has their own background. Everybody, you know, has the vision of what type of parent they want to be, or person, or whatever the case may be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I know in my household what we do. If I have questions about that household, I call the source and we talk about it, and then we move forward.
Yeah, most kids don't know.
But I just think that, for one, like I told y'all before, I don't spend any time with the girl to be able to build any type of relationship. Me and her have no contact whatsoever. Like, I specifically speak to Jeremy and Jeremy only when it comes to our child.
Yeah, but that's kind of odd, sis. Why, if y'all are co-parenting and Keisha is his wife, and apparently August spent the whole damn summer over there, why wouldn't you have any contact with this woman? Because I'm gonna just be honest, I'm pretty sure when it's time for August to take baths, Jeremy may or may not be in existence. He may or may not be there. And if he is there, I don't know. Is he ushering the children to the tub for tub time and everything? It's her saying that she has no contact, but the boy lives in the house with this woman. So why wouldn't you have any contact with her? It's her trying to play both the fence, straddle the fence. It's like, sis, you're with it. You're just say it. You're okay with it. Like, it's okay. At the end of the day, the internet really, let's be honest, y'all, the internet really don't care.
You know what I'm saying? There has been times where we all like, well, it was one time we all came together and had a dinner with the kids, let them play and stuff. As we talked as adults, we didn't drag out anything. We didn't make it seem like, oh, you got to keep talking about the past. We got to keep talking about this, that, and the third. Like, we all were in agreement. We want to move forward. We want to just move forward. We want to just heal. We want to do what's best for the children. We want the children to grow up with each other, to know each other. And, you know what I'm saying? Cool. And when we can spend, you know, that family time together where we all can come together and all the kids can see all of us acting cordial and, you know, like a family, cool. But I just feel like a lot of y'all be wanting people to stay in this low vibrational space and don't want nobody to grow or move forward, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy.
Ashley, hush. What are you talking about? People, the people wanting you to stay in a low vibrational space. Didn't you just say, I don't know, 30 or 40 seconds ago that you have no communication with KEESHA? You said when it comes to your son, all your conversations are geared towards Jeremy because he's. So at the end of the day, it sounds like you're the one still in the low vibrational space, because if you're willing to, you just call them your family. You just said KEESHA, Jeremy, the children, you, everybody family. So how are we in a low vibrational space when you just sat here and said that you have no communication with this lady? Why wouldn't you have communication with this lady and your son is living up under her roof with her? Does that make any sense to any of y'all? This is why I say, I said this a long time ago when I first started reacting on this whole situation. I was never like in cahoots with her. Like I understood how the internet was feeling, but I never took any sides. I just was giving y'all the story based off my opinion, my thoughts, my perception. But I always felt like she straddled the fence. And I think I always felt like in the beginning, she was with the hoorah because it benefited her. But now that apparently from what you guys are saying, Hazel and her mom, and let me just say this, Hazel and her family are not in cahoots with the back and forth with her. So she said, F Hazel and them, because at the end of the day, she's going to bet on Jeremy because Jeremy is the child's biological family. Hazel and her mama and the rest of those people, regardless if Hazel's the guy mommy or not, Hazel is not the biological family. Jeremy is his biological family. Her family is August's biological family. So that's who she gonna bet on. And with people like that, you have to deal with them at a distance. There's no loyalty either way. So she basically flows wherever the wind flows. Wherever the boat is flowing, that's where she floats. So with people like that, you just got to leave them where they at, y'all. It's a true story.
It's not fun. I'm not having the time of my life, but there is more peace, and I'm grateful for that.
I never
that's
switched
what I
up, Lady
pray for.
T-Bud. Never, because I don't have
And
reason.
we at this point, we just as we go, we figuring it out.
I don't care nothing about the internet getting mad at me, and I don't care nothing about that. Because at the end of the day, if you really listen to what I'm saying, you know I'm speaking real. You know I'm speaking real. I just never understood it. My thing was, Keisha, why are you mad at Ashley? You should be mad at Jeremy. That's your nigga. No, sis, that's your nigga. Ashley is not your nigga. Jeremy is. So, sis, that smoke needs to be towards it. It's her trying to make like Ashley broke up the family. No, Jeremy when Jeremy took his penis and stuck it in Ashley, he destroyed your family. Ashley just received the dick, sis. She wasn't giving it. Okay? I'm gonna just keep it 100.
Yeah, like it's like we strictly are co-parenting and like helping out where we can help out. Like I said on TikTok, I know a lot of y'all be saying Jeremy don't have a job. I don't know if the man, like I know he works with like construction and stuff and some other shit, like building, and then he be working on his farm and stuff. I don't know all the T's. I can't dot all the I's. All I know is if August call him right now and say, Daddy, I need some money for a bed, I need money for food, I need money for shoes, I need money for a game, whatever it is, August say I need it, or whatever, his dad sends it. There's no question about it. I get the
Okay, so that right there just confirms that Jeremy does not pay weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly child support. Okay, that right just confirmed it. Because she says whenever August can call Jeremy and say, Daddy, I need money for a bed. Why would he call him and say, the boy is 5, he ain't got no damn bed? What? Or Daddy, I need money for food. Or Daddy, I need money for shoes. She says she don't know nothing about him having a job because he doesn't have one, sis. But see, she's not going to say that because she don't want to rock the boat. This is why I'm saying, sis, this live stream, you should have just kept this on hush. I wouldn't even done this live stream because it make her look slow as hell. So if she's in cahoots with Jeremy not paying child support because in her mind, you're going to keep this boy indefinitely if that's what I need you to do, because Ninja, you not paying no money. And if you got a problem with that, then I'm going to just run you down here to this courthouse. Apparently, or obviously, Jeremy doesn't want that. So he has convinced Keisha, and let's be honest, Keisha's in cahoots with that too, because that's in Keisha's mind, that's more of a reason why Jeremy would not have to be in a closed-in space with Ashley, because August is not there with her. He's over there with Keesha. The girl just sat here and told us the man does not pay child support, because she basically said, I don't know what he do, construction, work on the farm. She said, I don't know what he do, but whenever August needs something, he just picks up the phone and call, and Jeremy makes it happen.
Lizelle immediately. I mean, obviously with certain things, you know, we check in like, hey, has he been good in school? You know, how he been acting? But other than that, whatever August wants, he gets.
Basically, Lady T-Bug.
And honestly, that's I feel like that's what matters.
Hey, Mocha.
No, there is no flirting. We don't flirt. And there's not a kiki, like, you know, strictly co-parenting. Strictly. Like every here and there, he might, you know what I'm saying, check on my mental, because I told him, you know, I expressed to him like, hey, like there's times where it'd be nice for somebody to, you know, just, hey, how you doing mentally? You good? Especially.
Wait, what? Jeremy calls and checks on your mental. Do you check on his? She said every now and then he calls and checks on my mental. Keesha, you better check that phone log and see how many times Jeremy checking on her mental. Is it once a week, every night, every other day? Because let's be honest, how many times did Jeremy need to check on Ashley's mental?
The person that you created a child with, but it's not nothing deeper than that. It's not like a, you know what I'm saying? Like it was one time where I needed some advice about something, or I needed help with something, and it's just like to know that you have somebody that you can rely on, especially when it, like you need help. That's when it's dealing with the child that y'all created together versus of trying to figure out on your own.
Oh wait, so Jeremy's giving you advice? Man, when I tell you the jokes write themselves, not Jeremy giving you advice. Hell, he can't even stop the goats from dying on the farm. But he over there giving you advice. Girl, hush, Ashley. You know that nigga be over there sweet talking in your ear. You just said it. Talking about she be needing to talk to people. You know, especially when she need advice on the son that she procreated with said man. Girl, don't you got a man or a woman that's smiling up in your face? You can't holler at them? This girl's a mess.
Like it feels refreshing to be able to know like he's reliable.
Yeah, Jeremy over there praying for her like Chris is praying for
that's
Dad.
Just that.
Right, honey. Honey said, girl. Okay, y'all. This enough for her. I can't take no more. Y'all get the gist of what's going on, okay? Y'all get the gist of what's going on. At the end of the day, what it all boils down to me, Ashley has officially fell out with Hazel and her family. And so Jeremy is her backup plan. And what better plan to have as a backup than the father of your child, right? And she know Keesha with it because Ashley know just as well as we all know that that's what Keesha wanted in the beginning. She wanted control of August, and she has it. She has control of him. And Ashley is okay with Keesha having control, yet she doesn't speak to Keesha, nothing. But she's okay with Keesha mothering with her over her child because, Ashley, she be in them streets, honey. And Mama Marshall, Hazel's mom, apparently was putting some time restrictions on sis. She was telling sis what time she needed to pick up, drop off, and Ashley didn't want that because Ashley might just wake up one morning and say, somebody might call her and say, hey sis, let's fly to let's go to Florida, let's go to Miami. And so she be like, I'm with it. And baby, she probably had a funky good time this summer because she didn't have August. Jeremy and Keesha did. So the moral of the story is Lady T, but the moral of the story is, y'all know what it is. She said it out of her own mouth. Now, if y'all want to be dumb and keep playing into this situation, y'all go right on ahead. But basically, what Ashley said without saying is, she don't need you internet aunties, because she got the real biological daddy and his damn wife as the step mammy and the pappy. Okay? That's all to it. That's it. That's it. That's all to it. She just need a babysitter. At the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. The girl just needs somebody to watch her child without any stipulations. And because Jeremy doesn't pay child support, he's not going to make up he's not going to put up a fight, because he checks on her mental. And so he knows mentally she needs to free her mind. So he's okay with it as long as she ain't down at the courthouse trying to dig in his pockets. Mind your business is the moral of the story. Yes, it is, Lady T-Bug. Essentially, that's what it all boils down to. Could y'all just mind your business? She told y'all, and I'm telling y'all, let this lady do whatever when she comes, because she'll be back. Oh, trust me. She'll be back on this internet venting. And when she does, y'all just sit in the comments and just every now and then put a 1 in the chat just to let her know that you're there, actively listening. But don't you say nothing. Let this lady handle her own grown business with her family, her son's daddy's people over there. Okay? Let her handle it. Let her handle it. Oh, yeah, she definitely will be back. She definitely, because KEESHA likes the drama. So she'll be back. She'll be back. She'll definitely be back. All right, y'all, that's my time. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. Have a good Sunday. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one, honey. Remember, sub what you love. Thanks for y'all coming in. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way out the door. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Bye.